Jacque, could you explain your definition of that where you give the example of the submarine for the environment?
Can you expand on what you wanted explained?
Where Jacque talks about living within the means of your environment, that if you go down in a submarine, the amount of air that you have available determines how many people you can have in the submarine, etc.
Yeah, you have to take your environment with you. If you go out into space, you have to design a suit so you can breathe, and you have to design diapers so you can defecate or urinate. You have to design methods of eating food. In space, you can't drink water out of a glass. It would just flow all through the spaceship. So you have to put water in a tube and squeeze it into your mouth. And that's what I mean by you study the environment first, then you make the arrangements for people to go out into space. That's why when the government asked scientists, can you put a man on the moon? The first thing they said is, we don't know. And the government said, what do you mean by you don't know? Well, we don't know how many G's a person can stand. So we have to whirl him around in a gadget to see when he conks out. Otherwise, we don't know what speed to launch the ship at. We can launch it so fast that it will kill all the passengers. So you have to learn how much water is used in space travel, how to design repair systems, how to measure phenomena in outer space. So they send up rockets first and take samples of the matter as it elevates into different positions. We have to do a survey first. Before we go to the moon, we send equipment out there, or we use a spectroscope to see if there's any oxygen or water out there. You can't just send people out into space without doing a survey first. So when I use the term survey, I mean in unknown areas, we have to do a survey and say we don't have enough information to send man into space yet. So we do all the survey work first, then we send people into space. And you can't say how much oxygen you need in a submarine. You have to say how many people are in the submarine. How much room do you have for water? How do you preserve food in a submarine? And why a submarine? Because it can't be detected if it's underwater. But if the enemy, so-called enemy, devises a system for detecting objects under the water, the submarine is no longer useful. In other words, a submarine is useful so long as it remains obscure to the so-called, or what you call, enemy. But if the enemy finds out how to shoot down airplanes and you're losing a lot of people, then you work toward guided missiles so you don't lose people. In other words, the whole system is so loused up in so many different areas that I don't think any problems can be solved with the means we use today, like politics. Politics is good 100 years ago, but it's no longer relevant. But I would like you to ask politicians. Ask them how you can bridge the difference between nations. They don't know. How can you grow more food for people? They don't know. They don't know anything in the physical world. So I don't know why you vote for them unless you're kept from knowing things, which I think most of our universities are not equipped to educate people. They're equipped to train you in a particular area, optics, physics, biology, structural engineering, but not the generalist. In the future, they will manufacture or train people to become generalists, so they know many different things, so they cannot be persuaded by any country to build weapons. They would ask, what are the weapons for? Other countries do not have access to resources. That's why they invade your country. How about making things available to other countries as a possible solution? That's the answer. We don't come up with answers. We come up with methods of violence.